chat, everybody. We will be starting here in just a moment. Once I get my microphone set where I want it, of course. Checking those onesies and twosies, making sure everything sounds as good as it can. Even though I don't have my headphones on and I really can't check on everything. Checking in on that chat, we've got that R-rated conservative in the chat today. Welcome in, of course. I think it's time to get started. Well, good afternoon, everybody, because this is not Ed's World. It's not always morning, even in the afternoon. But I want to thank everybody who checks this out on demand and everybody who comes and listens along with us live. Like I said in the intro, we have the R-rated conservative starting out the chat for the day. And we've got a few things to talk about. This is, of course, Ed Talk. If you are new to this program, this is an audience-centered program, so you can take the conversation whichever way you want to take it. I have a series of topics that I want to get through today, but this is not my show. This is your show. So if we got to go a completely different direction and we can't get through everything in the title card, that's for you to decide. Other than that, I'm going to sit and stream for an hour with the chat up in front of me, always on top, so I can always see what it is that you guys are saying to me. But I do have a couple of topics that I want to talk about before we get people in the chat talking, asking questions, and anything else that we can do. Now, first thing I want to do is announce the fact that I said on Ed's World that that was going to be the last episode before the end of the year. That is not true. We are actually going to do one more episode, and it is going to be a super episode. I have got John and Robert, both from the Generational Gap. I have got Jake from Freedom Scoop, are going to join me for a bit of a roundtable discussion. I've also got Stephen Ignoramus, is going to be coming in and talking for a little while. He can't make the full show, unfortunately, but that's going to be that. And I think I've got one more person in mind to round out the round table. It looks like Wyatt's not going to be able to make it, unfortunately, because we really like to have Wyatt in when we do all of these big super shows. But it's going to be a great show. So take some time and check us out. That is going to be Monday at 5 o'clock Central. If you are watching this over on Facebook or Periscope for Twitter, make sure you go ahead and get on over to either my Twitch channel, my DLive channel, or my YouTube channel. If you're on Facebook, you can find links for that above you, because if you're on Facebook, I can't see your chat in my chat bot. So if you want to get in and you want to ask a question, make sure you head on over there and get into one of those chats. It is Christmas coming up this week, and I do hope that we have a bit of a light turnout tonight. Not because I don't appreciate you guys coming in here. I really do want everybody who is a fan of this show to come in and say hi, but unfortunately, I know that your families are going to come first, especially if you get along with your families, so I'd rather you be spending time with your families and watching this on demand than taking the time and, spamming this chat. Your questions are appreciated, that is for sure, so make sure that if you want to get in, you can get in, but if you want to spend time with your family, I completely understand as well. We've got a few other things that we want to have a look at as we're getting and starting in here, of course. I've got 3 topics sitting up waiting to talk about. The first thing we're going to talk about is I'm going to weigh in on this big adult movie conversation that continues to go on, and it has gone on, and I've seen it in a lot of other friends' shows as it's gone along. It's gone on the Daily Wire, every which way. Christensen's been one that's been getting a lot of it. We had an entire show dedicated to it on the Generational Gap. So I have not weighed in on it personally, except for commenting on people's Twitter statuses and weighing in on the Generational Gap. But I'm going to take some time and we're going to talk about that. let's see, what else do we got going on here? Looks like I do want to take some time and talk about the impeachment here. I'm doing a dedicated solo video on that. I'm probably going to record that later